The biggest enemy of success, I would say there's probably three enemies of success. The first big enemy is the comfort zone. The comfort zone is where people become comfortable doing what they're doing and they don't like to change. So there's tremendous resistance to change in our society. 80% of the population finds reasons not to change, even if the change can be positive or beneficial. The second thing that holds people back is what is called learned helplessness. This is where people feel, I can't do it. I cannot make a change because of the economy, because of the world, because of my company, because of my childhood. They're always thinking about excuses or reasons why they cannot change, why they cannot do something new or different. And the third enemy is what we call the path of least resistance, which is always looking for an easy way to achieve a result. But nothing worthwhile can be achieved easily. Everything worthwhile requires a long period of hard work, with many failures along the way. One of the greatest obstacles to success is self-doubt. Is we doubt ourselves. We think maybe I'm not smart enough, or maybe I'm not old enough, or experienced enough, or educated enough. And so self-doubt holds people back. Now the reverse of self-doubt is self-confidence. So what I tell my children and my grandchildren is, first of all, you have unlimited abilities. You can do anything. You can learn anything you need to learn. You can achieve any goal you can set for yourself. But I also say you are a thoroughly good person. You are a very good person, and you must never doubt yourself. No matter how many problems you have in life, hold on to that. I went to a top salesperson and I said, why are you earning 10 times as much as me? And he said, show me your sales method and I will give you some advice. I said, I don't have a sales method. He said, well, that's your problem. He said, selling is a science. It's like cooking with a dish in the kitchen or with a recipe. There's a formula to it. If you follow the formula, you make sales, and it has several parts. And if you don't make sales, except by luck. That was the turning point in my life. And this was what I learned, is that you can learn anything you need to learn to achieve any goal you can set for yourself. And I teach that, and I've taught that for more than 30 years. You can learn anything you need to learn to achieve any goal you can set. If you want to become healthy, or wealthy, or raise happy children, or build a successful business, you can learn how, which means there are no limits. And that was the big turning point in my life. From a very early age, I have been very persistent. And that's really the most important quality, because every successful person fails over and over again. You lose time, you lose money, you take bad jobs, you make bad investments, you start businesses that don't work, or you produce products that don't sell. So I have never thought about failure. And what I learned later was that successful people don't think about failure. If you say, what were your failures? They do not have an answer for you, because they can't think of having a failure.
Just learning.
But successful people have learning experiences. Painful learning experiences, expensive learning experiences, but I can't think of ever having failed. I've only had interesting learning experiences. And if you learn from each experience, you get smarter and smarter. And it's part of the process of education, of learning what you need to learn. It is impossible to succeed without failing first, and usually without failing many times. Your level of self-esteem, which translates into your level of self-confidence, is the starting point of success. If you like and respect yourself, you will set big goals for yourself. And if you like and respect yourself, you will persist longer, and you'll eventually succeed. And so how you feel, your emotions about yourself, is the starting point and the most important part of success. And so the goal of children, the goal of parents, is to raise children with high levels of self-confidence and self-esteem. Your goal as an adult is to build your own self-esteem, your own mental fitness.
Yeah.
Like physical fitness requires physical exercise, mental fitness, feeling very positive about yourself and your life, requires mental exercise. Now what I discovered, which was one of the most important things of all, is that self-esteem, the other side of self-esteem, is called self-efficacy, which is a word that means that you are good at what you do. So therefore, when you work to become better in your field, whatever you're doing, whether it's in school or in your job, you feel more confident and more positive about yourself. So the more you like yourself, the better you become. And the better you become, the more you like yourself. So you can actually get onto an upward spiral. Which brings us to your subject of success for young people. The key to success is very simple. I've written 2 books on this. Is you must become very good at doing something that is important and valuable to an employer. You must become very good at it. There are no successful people who are average, and it takes a long time to become very good at something, even if it's to be a gardener or an interviewer or a speaker. It takes a long time to become good at it, but you must be determined from the beginning to work extra hours to become very good at the work that you do. If you do that, every door of opportunity will open for you. Your self-confidence will go up. People will admire you and respect you. Your employers will open doors for you. It's the most amazing thing. And yet only 10% of the population knows this. 80% of the population works for a while, according to research. They work to become okay at their work, and then they level off. And years go by and they never improve. They do their job just enough not to lose their job. Unless, of course, there's a downturn in the economy. And they are the first ones that are let go from their company. So the top 10%, however, are constantly improving. Lifelong improvement, learning new things and becoming better. If you do that, you own the future. And if you don't do that, you're always a victim of rapid change.
You build your self-esteem, your self-confidence, and you do the 10% more than the people to improving every day.
No, I say you try to join the top 10% of people who are constantly improving.
Yeah.
They never stop learning.
Okay.
So we say leaders are readers.
Yeah.
Leaders in every field are constantly reading and learning more about their field. But the natural tendency is for people to work and then level off and never improve.
Right.
80% of the population never improves. And they don't understand because they're surrounded by people who are not improving either. And they think, well, this must be the way the world is. And so they feel out of control of their lives. They cannot earn more money. 80% of the population has no extra money. The amount that they earn, they spend to live. So they have no savings. They have no security because they don't earn enough. They're always paid only the minimum. But it's the top 20% of people who are paid more and more and more. As I said before, one of the keys is to become very good at what you do. But what I teach is the importance of goal setting. Setting very clear goals and making plans to achieve the goals and then working on those goals each day. Because when you are working toward a goal, your self-confidence goes up, your energy goes up, you actually become more intelligent, you have more self-esteem and self-confidence. So this feeling of forward movement is one of the most important success secrets in the world. Successful people are always moving toward something important to them. And the feeling of movement makes them happy. It releases endorphins in your brain, which cause you to be more creative, more positive, stronger, more powerful. Most people, the bottom 80%, are lazy. And it's something that it's not polite to talk about. But most people are lazy. And they're looking for an easy way. They're looking for a shortcut to be successful. And there aren't any. But if you do something repeatedly, over and over, you develop a habit. So most people are in the habit of looking for easy ways to get the things they want. And they're surrounded by people who think the same way. You know, as much as 95% of your thinking is determined by the people that you associate with on a regular basis. If you associate with people who don't work hard, don't learn, socialize after work, then you become like them. You think like them, you talk like them, you dress like them, you marry them, and so you're married to someone who also has no ambition. And you raise children, and your children have no ambition. Just go to work and complain about your work. But top people associate with other top people. There is what you've heard about the law of attraction. And the law of attraction says that if you change the way you think, you start to attract new people into your life. If you become aggressive about personal development and personal growth, you start to meet other people who think the same way. And the old groups of people that you associated with fall away, and the new group of people appears. So people say, well, where do I find positive people who are thinking about success all the time? First you become one, and then you naturally attract it.